Good evening, everyone. Good evening. How are you? It's Tuesday. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. If you're watching post, I do appreciate it. You're watching live, I even appreciate it even more. Join me over here. I know last week I said we're moving this week to YouTube. Yes, we are moving this week to YouTube, directly straight to YouTube first. And because we're doing some changes, and that's good. Change is good. And so be on the lookout over there, and I'll start posting this, and we will actually start on Friday. Forbes Friday will first broadcast on YouTube. So we're going to go YouTube live over there. So again, I welcome you. It is Tuesday, April 28th, 2020, and I'm your host, David Guerra. All right, so today, well, before I get any further, I want to talk about the show. Let's have a chat about leadership. That's why I remind you and everyone that everyone, in case they didn't know, everyone is either a leader or a future leader. And it's our job here to help you move forward, to become the leader you've always wanted to follow, or to grow as the leader, to be the best leader you can be, to be that individual that you can be. I want to help you. And so let's see what we can do together. But I'm here to help because, you know, there is a problem. There is a leadership problem in this country, and it's huge. And you know, and I know, we know, it's huge. It's gigantic, and it's a leadership problem. And that's where we have to step in and say, you know what? We're here to help. We're going to make this better. We're going to step in. We're not going to just run our mouth or type on the keyboard, but we actually have to step in, step up, and do something about it. Not just about running the mouth, because anyone can run their mouth. Anyone can come back on a video and give their 2 cents and then leave. You know, but when you're live, that's a different story. Because now here, you got to put up or shut up. And it's really just, that's it. That's really all there is to it. So as leaders, you got to take that hit. But for followers, you got to make sure you're leading the right people that are not going to be taking snipes at you, but are going to be either be elevating you, pushing you forward, or helping you along, or they walk away and find some other leader that they want to listen to and follow and gravitate. But it doesn't happen any other way, folks. It really, truly doesn't happen any other way. That's just the hard line. That's the bottom line. And that's just the way it is. And that's just the way it is. So what have we got? Well, today is Tuesday. And what we do on Tuesday is leadership in the news. And I'm scanning the news channels. I'm scanning the news feeds everywhere. And again, well, while we're still here in this middle of this Corona thing and the COVID-19 and a lot of stuff's going on, but it's slowly starting to peel back the layers, and now we're starting to focus on the elections and the politics behind the elections. And there's the right side and there's the wrong side. There's the wrong side, there's the right side. Whatever it happens to be, vice versa, it doesn't matter. What does matter is that you're not a knucklehead when it comes to picking and choosing, that you are actually listening with your mind, an open heart, and not just because of the color of your skin, not just because where you are from, not because of how many languages you speak, should you be thought of as this is what you're going to vote as, because it doesn't work that way, folks. It does not work that way. So again, it's starting to come up. And I guess because now we're starting to get things under control with the states reopening for business. Texas, right here where I'm at, reopens at the end of the week or on Friday, the 1st. California just announced phased reopening plan has 4 stages. I think Texas has a 3-stage, if I'm correct. I may be wrong, I probably am, but it doesn't matter. It's not all at one time. And again, that's a good thing. Now, what else is going on? Well, I just read here that U.S. coronavirus deaths surpass U.S. Vietnam War casualties. 1, that is terrible. 2, I can't believe that they actually equated that. And it's like, that's different. That is entirely different. And again, but what can one say? What can one do? You know, again, it is the news. They're right. We're wrong. We're ignorant. They are all knowing, all being. What was it? Something caught my eye the other day, and it had to do with the corona. It's like, how did this guy was getting arrested because he was violating the stay-at-home order. But yet the news media was out there, and how did they not get arrested? Because they're the news media? No, it doesn't work that way. It's all or nothing. So something to think about. See, what else have we got? A little bit of everything. Reality TV star dies after car crash. Little Women star Atlanta dead. Jeopardy player breaks the unwritten rule. An asteroid that's more, what? Oh, yeah, there we go. I'm looking here at the CNN.com. Hold on one second. So what I'm getting at is the focus is 360 now. We're starting to get away and we're starting to address issues across the gamut. So they're starting, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Where was it? Oh my, the whole thing just changed. Yeah, it really did. I come back and now it talks about Robert Redfield warns a second wave of coronavirus this year could be worse because it will coincide with flu season. Well, it's my understanding that flu season was really up and at it in February and March. And that was the big thing. So again, let's be careful how we read things and how we perceive things, because what might be what you're going to take as gospel might just be, got to strip back that layer and you start seeing what it truly is. You start diving in. The headlines, you can't live by the headlines. You cannot build policy by the headlines. You cannot base your family's future by the headlines. What you have to do is understand that you need to go in deeper. You need to peel back those layers and you need to actually click and read the entire article. That TLDR, that's nonsense. That too long did not read, that's nonsense. And that's where this is coming from. They're hoping and they're wishing and they're praying and they're wanting to ensure that all you do is take that headline and run with it, and that's up to you. So again, where's the leadership aspect in this? Is you. You're the leader. You are the leader. You have to realize that sometimes what's out there for everyone is not for everyone. Sometimes what's out there is for those that are just easily distracted. They want to see the bright, shiny lights, and that's all they care about. Or that there's a conspiracy theory behind something. And it's not always a conspiracy theory. But what it is an understanding that sometimes there's more to what's going on than what you're being told. And that's why you need to ensure that you are looking out there at multiple sources of news. You're actually cracking open, reading a book with words, real words, there it is, real words. There we go. Geez, this light is terrible. There we go, real words. And again, then you take your notes and you write down your thing and you figure out what works for you and you make your notes. And this light is really bright. So you make your notes and you adjust and you extrapolate from that what is real for you, what is not real for you, what is, for lack of a better word, what is fake news. And you go from there. And sometimes that what you perceive to be the true, fair, and balanced news might actually be fake news as well. And then what you perceive to be the news that everyone listens to and it's the authority is not really news at all. It's more like gossip. It's more like TMZ. And folks, TMZ is like the modern day National Enquirer. If you don't know who the National Enquirer is, check it out. Oh, I know he sued them, but it's not the point. The point is it was a rag. It was a supermarket rag, and that's what it was called. And it was little space aliens from here, married so-and-so, and they're having love children. And it's like, seriously? And again, where is the, you start reading these titles and you start figuring out, why is this important? Man who photographed the Freedom Riders protest dies of COVID-19 complications. I feel bad when individuals die, when they pass away. But again, there's that, what is that to me? He's a photographer. I get it. That's his job. I train. That's my job. But he photographed the Freedom Riders. Well, the Freedom Riders were out there doing their thing. See where I'm going with this? What is real? What do we need to worry about? Josh Brolin apologizes for visiting dad, James Brolin, and Barbara Streisand. But they have Barbara Streisand there. Make sure they have it. It's again, why? This happened like is this a time warp? I think I saw this article like 2 weeks ago. And it's like, seriously? What else was there? I mean, there was like a couple of other things. Stanley Tucci shows the world how to make the perfect Negroni. Why does that matter? Why is that important? It's a distraction? Exactly. It's a distraction. And as leaders, you need to be aware to identify those distractions from what is real and what is not real. And that's where, as leaders, you need to say, hey, look, what's out there is not all black and white. What's out there is gray, various shades of gray. and understand that some of those shades have blue in them and some of them have red in them. And if you're not prepared to do the deeper dive, then don't be prepared to discuss it. Don't be prepared to think you know the answer, because the answer is bigger than what you think it is. It's bigger than what that little soundbite is. And yes, they tell you you've got to, as leaders, you've got to live in soundbites. You've got to deliver these soundbites. And I get that. And I understand that. But understand that as long as there's substance behind it and content behind it and some form of reality behind it, not reality TV, because there's no such thing as reality TV. It's scripted. If you don't know it's scripted, you're a knucklehead. You deserve what you get. But understand that you need to peel back the layers and be well-rounded 360 degrees. That is where the news is. And that's where the news outlets don't want you to go. They don't want you to go. They want you to stick to their headlines and live off their headlines and feed off their headlines and grow from their headlines. That's impossible. That's impossible. You cannot grow from just little tiny sound bites. You need substance. Substance. So folks, as leaders, it is your job to explore and to share that with others. Share that exploration. Share that open-mindedness. Share that ability to say, hey, you know what? This is real. This is not real. This is what's fact. This is what's fiction. And if it means getting yourself a little bit educated, guess what? Definitely get educated. And if it means getting a little bit more experience in life, then guess what? You need more experience in life. We all do. We all do. Because now as this COVID-19 thing starts to, show it's what it is and what it isn't, I'm starting to see what's going to happen, what the fallout is. And it's going to, one sad truth, it's going to start creating a bigger divide, not in the haves and the have-nots, but in the knowledge and wisdom set. Who's got more knowledge, who's got more wisdom, and who's just going to believe what anybody throws up against the wall. And if it sticks, that's it. That's the truth. It doesn't work that way. Leadership is difficult. Being a leader is very difficult. And if you're not prepared to deal with the difficulties, if all you're ready to do is to turn your head and walk away because something got difficult, because someone called your bluff, because someone presented an opposing viewpoint, then guess what? You don't deserve to be a leader. You don't deserve to stand up there and lead people, because they're going to see right through you. They're going to see the transparency of what you truly are. And guess what, folks? The emperor is wearing nothing. The emperor is naked. The emperor's new clothes, no one sees them. And how can you lead when you truly believe, but the reality is completely opposite? So it's time to break it down, time to go deeper, time to put your head seriously on a swivel, and it's definitely time to start learning a little bit more than what you're being spoon-fed. And I say spoon-fed because that's about all that fits. Those sound bites, those little titles, those little headlines, that's what fits on a spoon, nothing more. It's crazy. So it's time to step up and let's get to work. As leaders, we've got a lot to do, and that work never stops 24/7, day in, day out, and every night, every day, Saturday and Sunday included, weekends, and most major holidays. No, all major holidays and all minor holidays as well. Leaders, you've got to put in that work. And now's that time, especially as we're starting to turn a corner on all of this. Now is that time. So everyone, get to work. And we'll be doing that. We'll be talking about more work and how to get into the work and looking at things a little bit differently as leaders. And again, it's having an open mind. So it also means watching CNN, watching Fox, watching MSNBC, watching your local news, reading your local newspaper, reading the New York Times. It means everything. Opening your eyes, your mind, and heck, if it even means reading an international paper, guess what it means? Because things happen over there that are affecting us here today. Look at this COVID-19. So listen, I want to thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great evening. And then, when all of this is said and done, I will talk to you on Thursday, because tomorrow it's a show with my brother. We're talking sports. But I'll talk to you on Thursday. Lessons in leadership. Until then, have a good evening. Take care. Peace.